Guys, Happy New Year. This is Josh from the Redneck Homestead. Actually, the improved, updated Redneck Homestead channel. So right now, I am on the boat on Biscayne Bay, just outside of downtown Miami. And I think you guys would love to take a look at what I'm looking at right now. So I'll flip the camera around. There it is. I'm at anchor. I'm in the cockpit right now. And we're anchored off of Key Biscayne, right off of what's called Nixon Beach, where former President Richard Nixon had a house. And what I'm looking at here is the Miami skyline that is interrupted only by the lights from various yachts, super yachts, and mega yachts that are literally surrounding my boat right now. And it's hard to see what you guys are seeing, but what I'm seeing through my viewfinder and my camera is the glow of the cityscape. And then, I'll zoom in a little bit. The zoom in quality isn't going to be super awesome, but you'll get the point. And you can see the yachts anchored all over the place around me. And it's hard to get your depth perception at night, but these boats are like 150, 200 feet away from me. So, as promised, I said I was going to do some boat tours for you, inside, outside, so on and so forth. And I made a really rookie and stupid mistake a little earlier. Let me get some, can't flip this camera around. Made kind of a stupid rookie mistake. And I was logged into FlyJFY when I did a tour of the outside of the boat. And I'm like, geez, I wonder why there was only like a couple of people looking at this. And it's because, well, of course, the FlyJFY channel is significantly smaller than the Redneck Homestead channel. And it wasn't until after the video had finished and had processed and gone into the account that I realized it was the wrong account. So here we are. We did some great sailing today. It was really, really beautiful. About 15 to 18 knots of wind. And we had a great time. The six of us, all six of us together, Luke, David, little Joshua, little Griffin, Julie, and me, all of us were just tearing it up out here. And we decided to go out and anchor here for a couple of days. And that's the plan. So we're hanging out here. I'm sorry to get you at night on New Year's night, but let's go take a quick look around the boat. The family's expecting us. We just ate. Julie just cooked a great meal. So I'm not sure what you're going to see, but we're going to go and grab my glass of wine real quick. We're going to go down the companionway. I'm in the cockpit, and the first thing you see is this steep set of companionway stairs. And as is customary with virtually, if not all, sailboats, and when you're using a camera in one hand and you're using a glass of wine in the other hand, you got to be really extra careful. But so let's go ahead with that. So now at the bottom of the companionway, let me turn backward, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. So the zoom is kind of out of control here. So I'm right in the middle of the salon here. So as I'm walking back toward the companionway, if I were looking out toward the cockpit, that's what I'm seeing. And the cockpit table light is on. It's actually kind of a cool shot. Now, if I were to turn immediately to my left, it brings you to the navigation station. And you guys have to just pardon the mess. We do live on this boat while we are in Miami. So you're looking at a lived-in boat. This is the electrical panel here. On the right-hand side is the 110. On the left-hand side is the 12-volt. And then just to the left of that is some of the instrumentation. That's just my DeWalt light that I keep on the ready at all times. Sorry. That's the radio. People fighting and screaming. That's the genset control right there. That is one of the battery charger monitors. This is one of the 5 air conditioner controllers. Why Why is it so out of focus? Weird. This here is called the Tri-Data. Then we'll turn to the right here behind the seat. And then we have the generator, shore power switch, and then the voltmeter. And then we have the air conditioner breakers. There are 2 in the salon. There's 1 in the kids' aft cabins and 1 in mine and Julie's forward cabin. This is our main Xantrax inverter charger controller here. And then when we take up the chart table here, you can see the big inverter charger here. There's my sextant for celestial navigation. Various hammers, dead blow hammers, mallets, regular good old-fashioned 16-ounce claw hammer, just random storage stuff. Underneath the chart table, we have some surplus bar materials, wine, various liquors, and things that just don't fit in the regular bar. So now, if we were to look further forward here, I'm going to take you over to the main salon table. This camera here doesn't zoom very well, or it's not very wide angle. This is the main kind of salon eating table. It's every bit as big as it looks. It's enormous. Cool thing is we can seat 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 people, 10 or 11 if you count little kids. Of course, you can see this table flips up on each side and becomes a very, very nice place to play cards, to eat dinner, to entertain, and have people over. There's lots of cubbies and places for things to be stored. A couple of handheld VHS radios, ship's manuals, so on and so forth. Behind here we have just some random books and things. Underneath here I want to show you something kind of cool. Not cool, but if you guys, any of you have a boat, anybody guess what that is? I'll wait until a little later in the video to reveal what that is. In the meantime, if you know what it is, comment and let me know. More storage back here, some 12-volt fans. And this is the door to the master cabin forward. I'm going to turn off, I don't know what Julie was watching here, but we'll turn it off. I'll turn the volume down anyways. And then over here, we have the mini bar and the seating for the mini bar. Man, this Zoom is out of control. Sorry, you guys. Kind of just the way it is. That should be good enough. So there's seating for 2, 4 here. There's an ice maker down here. And a couple of more air conditioning controllers, speakers, outlets, some more books, knickknacks, things like that. Moving further forward, aft, on the port side, the left side is the galley. This boat has a very impressive galley. It's a step down. You can see here, step down galley, and it is a wraparound. It has a really, really nice two bay sink, and the other bay is covered up by the little countertop thing. It's all Corian countertops. There's a 4-burner propane stove with an oven. There are 2 refrigerators. One is a fridge freezer here, and this is a freezer fridge top load over here. When I say fridge freezer, this is primarily a fridge with a secondary freezer. This is primarily a freezer that can be converted to a full refrigerator. There's cabinet space for all sorts of things all over the place here. Tank monitor for the freshwater tanks. Water maker remote control. This water maker is mounted in the port lazarette. I'm going to show you that during the outside tour, which I think you guys will find kind of cool. But you can control it from right inside the cabin here, or inside the galley rather. There's a 1500 watt microwave. There is more storage here. storage for spices and oils and whatever. This here is just a convertible countertop space that gives you more countertop. In here is a cooler, an enormous cooler actually. You wouldn't believe how big it is. Just believe me, because I don't feel like moving everything around to show you. But there's more storage back here for food. And all throughout the boat, there's tons and tons of stuff in the floorboards. Underneath this big compartment here is our 11 kW generator. It's an Onan with a Cummins engine, and it will power the ship quite nicely. I'm not going to peel up all the floorboards here, but let's walk forward and go into the master cabin here. I left one of the lights on, and there's a sleeping child on the bed, so that is the master cabin forward, and he's cooing or whatever he's doing in his sleep. That's little Joshua. And to the left here is kind of a makeup table or station. I use it as a desk. It's got a built-in stool. It's quite nice, actually. There's our internet. I have internet, cell-based internet on the boat, and it works really, really nicely. Lots and lots of storage all around here. I didn't even see Griffin. Hey, Griffin, I didn't even know you were in here, bud. Little dude. This here is the master head and shower. I guess they call it an ensuite. That's what the... And then, I mean, the zoom is really terrible on the camera here. It's just a cell phone camera that I'm using, so... You can get the point, though, right? Cool. Get rid of that light. Lots and lots of closet space everywhere. There's a closet here. There's a closet here. Where? Zoom is good. Not zoom. What do you call it? This focus is pretty junk on this thing. Pretty disappointed. Anyhow, let's move backward. Okay, there we go. Focusing again. So now on the starboard side, or the right side, there is one of the two aft cabins. And each of the aft cabins have king-size beds in them that convert into two twins with the spacer in the middle. So basically this piece here, right down the middle, comes out. And there's a twin on this side and a twin on that side. And they can be considered sea berths, which means that when the boat is heeled over, obviously you don't want to be sitting on this side when the boat's heeling like this, because you're going to roll right off. You want to be leaning up against something here. And, you know, here we go again with the zoom, or the focus. Not cool. Similarly, if the boat's heeled this way, you want to be leaning up against this wall. Lots and lots of storage all over the place. All throughout here, down there, everywhere. Oh, it's kind of a mess here, but you'll get the point. This here is a little... It's going to take me a second to get the light turned on, but each of the cabins has its own head, or in regular terms, bathroom. So there are 3 cabins on the boat, and there are 3 bathrooms on the boat. Now you can see me. Not that you want to see my ugly face, but hey! Fumbling around in the dark. See, I left my wine somewhere for you guys. That's how much I care about you guys. So then if we come back out here, we're right back at the chart table. We'll go through the galley here. And this is where Luke and David hang out. This is their cabin. Coming in. And this is the teenage hellhole of entropy, where there is nothing but dirty clothes, cell phones, and smelly teenage boys. This is a mirror image of the other cabin. Storage there, storage there. Interesting thing about this wall here in the center here. This wall can be removed, And this can be converted, this aft cabin and the other aft cabin can be converted into one monster aft cabin. And what's cool about that is that these two outboard berths here, the two beds, because remember I told you you can remove the middle piece here, that bed, and then the bed on the outboard side on the other cabin will be converted to couches. And then these two inboard beds here, like the half that Luke's laying on and the other half on the other side of this wall, would be converted to a centerline king berth. I'm going to close the door, guys. Have fun.
Love you.
Oh, by the way, love you too, buddy. They have a bathroom in there too, which is the mirror image. I'm not going in there. I don't dare. Anyway, so the boat is crazy versatile in terms of layout and configuration. Now behind here, the engine is underneath here, and then there's all sorts of power distribution behind this top portion of the Companionway Stairs. And we'll walk upstairs here, up the Companionway, back into the cockpit, and give you a final view of the Miami cityscape. And this time I will try to zoom in a little. Boy, guys. There we go. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. This was kind of impromptu. I had intended to do this for you guys earlier, to do an external tour of the boat earlier, and like I told you, I'm kind of a, I don't know, kind of a flake sometimes with certain things, and I was logged into the wrong account. But I appreciate you taking the time to visit me and join me here, and I haven't gotten a lot of feedback on what you guys want to see happen with the Redneck Homestead channel, but I'm leaning in the direction of kind of bringing you along on every adventure, no matter what it is. I mean, maybe in a year we'll go buy a school bus or something and go drive around North America in it. I don't know. You can never really tell what we're gonna do, but it's all gonna happen here on Redneck Homestead. So I don't need to maintain a bunch of channels. I'll leave the other channels up and even update on them periodically. But if you haven't subscribed already, you need to hit subscribe, okay? And click the little bell so you get notified whenever we come out with new stuff. And hit the like button. The like button's really important. It just kind of cements your opinion about what what type of videos you want to see, and it helps to promote these videos to other people that might want to see them. And just share our stuff and send it to other people that you think might be interested in this. And that's about it. Before I sign off, why don't you guys, if you have any questions that you want to put in the comments, go ahead and do that right now. And I'll just wait a minute or two. Kind of flip the camera around. Oh, while we're waiting for a couple of minutes, I'll see if you guys can see my tender. You can't see the tender because it's too dark. So let me go get that flashlight, that little DeWalt flashlight, go down the Companionway again. And I'll grab that. I want you to see the dinghy. The dinghy's pretty awesome. It's an Inmar 360R-YS yacht tender, 12 feet long. It's got a 30 horsepower Suzuki. Hey, Texas. Love Texas, that's for sure. Hey, you guys better stay strong during this whole election thing. There's no secret where I'm coming from when it comes to the political thing. Texas has done some great things already. Unfortunately, our corrupt judicial system, Supreme Court, and deep state have thwarted all of the efforts. Sorry to politicize this, but it's all political. It's part of the reason why the Redneck Homestead channel exists in the first place. See, somebody says he's from Texas, and that's what you get. So that is my dinghy right there, and it's called a side console. It's a fiberglass bottom with Orca 800 Hypalon tubes. It's got a Suzuki 30 horsepower outboard 4-stroke. It's capable of carrying a payload of 1,750 pounds. I recently installed a Garmin GPS chart plotter, depth finder, sonar combo unit on the dinghy, and it really is kind of like the ultimate exploration device to have on a boat. Now, this is going to be part of the outside tour, but I'll give you a preview here. I'm standing right at the aft portion of the boat, and what I'm showing you here, Texas independence, that's what I'm talking about, man. Seriously. This here is the super sail arch made by Atlantic Towers, and it's a one size fits most tower system for this is made for larger boats and catamarans, and you have to assemble it and install it yourself. It's a pretty involved procedure, and turn this around. David and I did it together over the summer. It was very, very time-consuming, and I would say tedious. Some parts were difficult, but it was all tedious. But now that it's up, it's pretty amazing. And I will say that this tender is, hang on a second. This tender is really designed for a much bigger boat. I mean, this is a big boat. This is a 55-foot boat, weighs 41,000 pounds. Its width is 16 feet wide. It's pretty serious, but even this is a little too big for it. This would be better suited on like a 75 or 80-foot boat. But, you know, I figure it's going to be our car. It's going to be what gets us from place to place when we're in foreign ports or when we're anchored out like this and we're exploring around and doing our thing. You need to have something comfortable that'll handle a lot of payload, and this is it. Man, that's an awesome boat, the Redneck Prepper. Thank you so much, man. Redneck Prepper sounds like somebody after my own heart. That's my kind of language. Hey, do you guys want to have a little sneak preview of the rest of the boat on the outside, even though it's in the dark? It won't be a replacement for the outside tour, but do you guys want to go on a quick walk? Come on, yes or no? Come on. Yes or no? All right, I don't know if you guys want to go on a walk on the boat, so let's go anyways. All right, so I'm in the cockpit. This is the port helm. This is the starboard helm. I'm going to do two super quick run through, showing off your dinghy. That's what I do. You know, what's funny is, you know, in sailing there are no shortage of very weird and arcane terms. They call a dinghy a dink. So in this case, I'm showing off my dink. And I hope YouTube doesn't censor that. They censor everything else. All right, guys, so we'll go up here. I guess I could just turn on the deck lights, but we'll use my flashlight like we're doing here. Walk forward here. And right now, like I said, we're anchored off Nixon Beach. There's probably some wind noise that you guys are listening to. I'm sorry about that. There are like insane houses here. Insanity. Like, we're talking $30-40 million a piece. And it's kind of what it looks like from the bow looking aft on the boat. It's kind of a cool view. Look at that. Look at the mast. 1, 2, 3. It's a triple spreader. Keel stepped mast. Oh my gosh, there's an owl on the boat. What's he doing here? Just kidding, it's just a decoy. Just to scare the birds away from crapping on my deck. We're anchored in like 8 or 9 feet of muddy water. It's not muddy, it's just kind of like a clay bottom. See, the visibility underwater is not very good. But in any case, that was a little bonus content for you guys. And hey Tony, hey Brad. All right, guys. So I could sit here and talk all night, but I have some chores to do around the boat before turning in. I do have a glass of wine that I need to find, or a solo cup full of wine that I need to find, and we'll do the outside tour, the actual outside tour tomorrow. How's that sound? And we'll catch up with you then. Until then, subscribe, click the like button, put your finger on the bell so that you get notified whenever we come out with something, and we'll see you on the next video. Till then, have a great one, guys.